Today's local and national news from Thailand via the fabulous Pattaya Media Group. And if you'd be kind enough to like and subscribe, here's a tip for you to get the very latest news from us every day. When you subscribe, click on the button that says All. And then every day you'll get an update straight from us. On Koh Tao, police have nabbed a 36-year-old British man accused of dealing in LSD and ecstasy on the island. Following a tip-off from that concerned citizen again, he was duly caught in possession of his wares and held over the weekend as his 25 e-pills, along with 75 doses of LSD, were being analysed. It seems he'd been tailed by undercover police for several months, as they not only confirmed his crimes, but also sought to establish who his suppliers and customers are, or were. As we stay in the south for a moment, another Brit, this time a 31-year-old tourist, was detained at Phuket airport as he attempted to fly home. This as police had issued an APB for him amid claims that he was involved in a hit-and-run on Koh Phangan. With former Prime Minister Thaksin Shinawatra now free and living in his villa here in the capital, it's the turn of his sister Yingluck, also an ex-Prime Minister and also living currently overseas, to see the second case against her dismissed by the Supreme Court in Bangkok. With many believing that this could lead to her return to the fold, Yingluck still faces charges of dereliction of duty in a rice-pledging program which caused 50 billion baht in losses during her short tenure in office. That, it saw a 5-year jail term handed down in her absence, which may slightly curtail her plans to rejoin the family. Perhaps scared because his visa is about to expire, or from demands from locals that had not been renewed. Either way, 45-year-old Ernst Feger, the Swiss man embroiled in a controversy on Phuket, has denied kicking a woman sat on beach steps near his rented beachside villa. This despite his own camera snaps showing him screaming at the two to F off.
Really sorry for that. This was a complete accident. I walked over too fast, I forgot the wall, I stumbled, and also my toe was bloody. I have the picture also on this day. My toe was bloody. This come from the concrete. I walked and I stumbled in the car.
Get the off! Get the off! Get the off!
That then put the authorities in a bit of a bind, as had he complied and admitted responsibility, it could have been dealt with swiftly. Now, however, according to a Phuket deputy governor in mainstream media news, the case will go to court. Arrogance has been blamed by many for his denial, as he's admitted his foot came into contact with the beach visitors, but says he slipped as he rushed toward them. Hardly a defence really, and with the lady being a qualified doctor, he isn't dealing with a gormless accuser, far from it. If charged, and it appears he will be, then when his visa expires in a week or so, he'll qualify for a suspect's visa, which allows him to stay until his case. But where will he stay? That's up to a judge, as in a previous case, this time of road rage towards an ambulance back on Christmas Day, has re-emerged in local media when he pointed his finger as a gun and pretended to fire at the ambulance he was passing. Daft? Well, for sure, as both those incidents were caught on camera. His Thai wife, meanwhile, has enjoyed an element of security, as, despite in both cases claiming that she knows people in power who will defend her, she hasn't so far been a target of those going for a husband, both in real life or, of course, on social media. All he had to do was to offer a genuine and clearly meant apology, and this, it could have gone away. Instead, there's little doubt that it will reach a courtroom. Claims attributed to his wife that he runs an elephant sanctuary at a loss out of love have been nixed by the finding by our team of an interview he gave back in 2021 stating that his venture is profit-making, as we reported yesterday. He'll be hoping for sure that he has some savings to rely on, as lawyers here are not much cheaper than in his homeland. Thailand's National Police Chief plans to dispatch an Inspector General to oversee the case and ensure fairness. Meanwhile at home and in Pattaya, a staff driver falling asleep at the wheel has initially been attributed to a sad and horrific accident on the motorway toward Pattaya when a BMW struck a rest area sign. Police and medics discovered 4 people trapped in the vehicle. The driver had already lost his life. A Chinese lady and her 2-month-old son subsequently passed away from their injuries, and only a 5-year-old girl survived. A bereft husband and father who runs a shipping business here was en route back to Thailand from a business meeting after being notified. It was the turn of a 37-year-old local lady to file charges against a British man who she claims threw a glass at her as she petted local dogs in Jomtien.
Maybe 1 million, maybe 2 million, maybe 3 million. You f***ing idiots.
It seems that she was in a so-called pet-friendly cafe or area petting the pooches and that they wouldn't stop barking. According to her, the British man was ticked off by the noise and for whatever reason launched a glass in her general direction before fleeing after he, again in her words, offered her money and apologised, something that she refused to accept. The British man had surrendered himself to police and made a private statement, offering his apology again, but not in front of the press. The dog is obviously an unreliable witness, so police have to go on a he says, she says situation. Summer storms are predicted that will see heavy rainfall over the next week, covering much of Thailand. Warnings have been issued for the northeast, central and southern provinces, along with our own region, the east, as the Met Office expects temperatures as high as 38 to 40 and storms in the Gulf that will see warnings to small vessels to remain on the shoreline. Local and national news today from Fabulous 103 FM and Fabulous Pattaya Media Group. And to get a notification every time we release another bulletin or program, like and subscribe to our channel, Fabulous Pattaya Media Group, by using the link below.